Hello students, take out your history book, ICSE History and Civics Class 10. Now we'll continue the same topic, Mahatma Gandhi and the national movement. First, we have to understand the objectives of today's topic. The objectives are to know about Rowlatt Act, reaction of the people to the Rowlatt Act, to know about Jallianwala Bagh tragedy and impact of Jallianwala Bagh tragedy on the national movement. In order to understand the objectives, first we have to understand about the Rowlatt Act. And to understand the Rowlatt Act, we have to go at the background of this Rowlatt Act. At that time, when national movement was going on, there were mainly three groups: the early nationalist, the assertive nationalist, and the Muslim League, which was dominated by the Muslim leaders. These three groups joined together and formed Lucknow Pact against the British power. British at that time were busy in the First World War from 1914 till 1919. In order to curb all these three parties, they promised the Indians that they will bring the Montague-Chelmsford reforms. As per their promise, they brought Montague-Chelmsford reforms after the First World War, but they were unsatisfactory because diarchy was the main feature of these reforms and it was not accepted by the people. Now, what was diarchy? The subjects were divided into more important and less important subjects. More important subjects like finance and defense were given to British, whereas the less important subjects were given to the Indians. So let's take out your book. We have to start our topic from the Rowlatt Act 1919. There was a great reaction among the Indians to the Montague-Chelmsford reforms. Already we have discussed Montague-Chelmsford reforms. Once again, we will go through the term. Montague-Chelmsford reform, the reforms introduced by the British government in 1919 to establish self-rule in India. You can write this term in your copy. The reforms of 1919 failed to satisfy the Indians. The concession, another term has come, so we'll go through the term. Concession means special rights. The concessions granted to them were much below their expectations. The Indian National Congress, in its annual session held at Amritsar, described them inadequate, unsatisfactory, and disappointing. Means, in order to curb the Indians, the British passed Montague-Chelmsford reforms in 1919 because their priority at that time was the First World War and they wanted to pacify the Indians. But the reforms of Montague-Chelmsford reforms did not satisfy the Indians. According to them, they were inadequate, they were not enough. While the assertive nationalists did not approve them, the early nationalists welcomed them. These are the two groups of the Congress we have already discussed. We'll go through these terms again. Assertive nationalist, the leader of Congress who dominated Congress from 1905 till 1916, they believed in Swadeshi, boycott and strike. And another term we have discussed, early nationalists, the leaders of the Congress who believed in constitutional or peaceful methods and dominated Congress from 1885 till 1905. While the early nationalists, who were the followers of the British, they welcomed it. The assertive nationalists, who were a little more aggressive, they did not approve it. There was again a split in the Congress. Again, a word has come, split. So we'll discuss what is split. Split means division. Division or to divide. So Congress was divided because of the disagreement about the Montague-Chelmsford reforms regarding between the early nationalist and the assertive nationalist. This time, the assertive nationalists came to dominate it. The atmosphere was surcharged with passion. Again, a term has come, surcharged. So, surcharged means full of. The English were afraid lest the people should launch an agitation. Here, agitation means protest. With this fear in mind, the British government passed the Rowlatt Act in March 1919 to crush. Here, crush means to end any popular or revolutionary movement. It gave the power to the government to arrest and to detain. Here, detain means to keep someone in jail, suspected person, and to search them without a warrant and imprison them without a trial. Trial means starting of a hearing, to start a case. So this is Rowlatt Act. We'll go through the term of Rowlatt Act. So what was Rowlatt Act? An act according to which the British can arrest any person without warrant and keep him in jail. In book you have done the word detain. Detain means to keep someone in jail as long as they want. So if you consider modern day, if any person is arrested by the police, the police has to present that person before the magistrate within 24 hours. Otherwise, the arrest of the police is declared illegal. Whereas, what Rowlatt Act said that any person can be put in jail. Detain means to put someone in jail, and can be put in jail as long as the police want without a trial. Any person under this act had no right to appeal, vakil or dalil. These were the three logos linked with the Rowlatt Act. It means no, you can't appeal, you cannot ask for any mercy, you cannot hire a lawyer, and you cannot argue with the people when the police is arresting you. To quote Pandit Nehru, by this act the government got autocratic rights to curb civil and political freedom. The act came to be known as Black Bill because the authorities, the police, has got the right to arrest you and keep in jail as long as they want. So this is the reason this bill in history is called as Black Bill. Now, what was the reaction of the people? The act was a blot on the self-respect of the Indians and their national honor. So again a term has come, blot. Blot means a dark mark. It was against all principles of justice and liberty. Liberty means here freedom. It sent a wave of anger and unrest throughout the country. Gandhiji appeared on the stage and launched a Satyagraha movement. Satyagraha we have already discussed many times. Satyagraha means to fight for something with the help of truth and non-violence. A new enthusiasm gripped the whole country. There was an enthusiasm in full country. There were strikes everywhere, meetings were held and processions were taken out. Processions means to gather some at some place at a large number. The people used to gather at a large number. The people rose unitedly against this act. A hartal was observed all over India on 6th April 1919. Again a term has come, hartal. We'll go through it. What is hartal? Hartal means strike. Soon Gandhiji became an all-India leader. Efforts were done to observe hartal in a peaceful manner, but incidents of police obstruction, rioting means quarrels between the two different communities, violence and shooting took place in Delhi, Calcutta, Ahmedabad, Punjab, etc. as a wave of anger engulfed the whole country. Engulf means it involved in the whole country. Now students will go to next topic, the Jallianwala Bagh tragedy 1919. There occurred a massacre at Jallianwala Bagh at Amritsar on April 13, 1919. Now we'll go through the term massacre. What is massacre? A bloody incident. A peaceful strike was organized at Amritsar on March 30 and April 6, 1919 to protest against the Rowlatt Act. The principal leaders of the Congress were Dr. Satyapal and Dr. Saifuddin Kichlu. These were the two leaders in Amritsar who got arrested. And on the name of Dr. Saifuddin Kichlu, you have Kichlu Chowk in Amritsar, which is now known as Kachehri Chowk, where were arrested and deported. Here a term has come, deported. So we'll go through the term. Deported means to be sent to exile. He was deported to Dharamshala. This spark of a strike in the city. The people marched in a procession. Already I have discussed. Procession means to move in large number. To the residence of the deputy commissioner to demand the release of these leaders. The police fired 2 rounds to disperse the mob. Now again a term has come, disperse. Disperse means to spread over a wide area. So police ordered 2 fired off round in order to disperse the mob. Mob means here crowd. The result was the mob fury at Amritsar. The mob burnt government building, looted godowns, killed a few officers and injured 2 British women. the army was called in to restore order. Restore means to maintain order. Order here means peace. General Dyer took charge of Amritsar on April 11, 1919. He took several repressive measures to restore order. Repressive here means crushing manner. In order to suppress, in order to end this by the protest by the Indians, he started many measures. As a result, a protest meeting was held at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar on April 13, 1919. General Dyer reached there with his troops. Here again a term has come, troops. So what is troop? Group of soldiers headed by a colonel is called as a troop. As a result, protest meeting was held at Jallianwala Bagh on April 13, 1919. General Dyer reached there with his troops. He wanted to strike terror in the whole of Punjab and teach a lesson to the people. He ordered his troops to open fire on unarmed people. Unarmed means without weapons. Firing continued till the whole of ammunition was exhausted. Again, a term has come, ammunition. Ammunition means weapons. About 1,000 persons died and several thousands were wounded. They could not escape because there was only one narrow entrance to the Bagh. It was followed by a series of humiliating orders. Curfew was imposed in the city. Curfew means nobody can come out of their houses. The water and electricity supply were cut off. People were flogged and put in jail. Now, what is flogged? We'll do the term. Flogged means to move together in large numbers. So people in large number were put into jail. People were made to crawl while passing through the lane where the two English women were attacked. Arrested persons were confined in cages. Confined means they were detained, they were limited, they were restricted in cages. They had to be in cages. Property was confiscated or destroyed. Here you can write the meaning of confiscated. Confiscated means annexed. The property was taken over by the government. So in Amritsar, the situation was very tense. The people could not come out of their homes. Electricity and water supply was cut off, and the property of the people was annexed by the government.